Aquatics Nation, this is your community, and I am your host of the Aquatics Today Podcast, Jamal Hill. So strap in, whether you're on your way to work or you're already there. Let's get inspired. Let's get it going. Tuesday, April 19th, Aquatics Nation. Great morning. So happy to be here with you today. Today's show is called No Face, No Case. We'll get into that in a minute here. Some exciting updates tomorrow, April the 20th. It's finally here. The Aquatics Equity Summit has arrived. That's going down 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you have not, go ahead and register for that. Not later, but right now. Right this very minute. Take that cell phone, go to Safari, go to your browser, www.aquaticsequity.com. Get registered. It's a free event. And boy, oh boy, there's going to be a lot of value there. World-renowned speakers on equity, diversity, and inclusion. I'm telling you, Aquatics Nation, this is the future of our country. This is the future of our industry. You have to be up on this information. It is a non-negotiable. So go do that right now, and you'll thank me for it later. No face, no case. Today's episode and inspirational quote is actually brought to you by none other than SwimSwam. Big thank you to the guys over at SwimSwam for helping us get the word out about the Aquatics Equity Summit. Amazing platform and media outlet providing resources for competitive swimmers and coaches across the nation. Great work, SwimSwam. You have a fan here in Jamal Hill at Aquatics Today. Today's inspirational quote: most people are happy being average. Most are happy being faceless in a sea of faces. That's by a man named Mr. Robert Kiyosaki. And the reason why I chose that quote, well, I'm sure you can imagine, right? It's in the title, No Face, No Case. You know what? To explain it to you, I'm going to tell you guys a story. You guys know I love stories. So take a seat. Story time. A few years ago, I ran into one of my buddies from high school in a coffee shop. We're sitting, we're talking. Okay, it goes great. He leaves. This guy's name is Chris Smith. For frame of reference, there were 4 Chris Smiths when I was growing up. So we had to call each of them by like their middle initial. So it was Chris J, Chris A, Chris E, the Chris alphabets, because they all had the name Chris Smith. And so he leaves, and we hadn't exchanged social media information. So I go to try and find him, right? Yeah, you can tell where this story is going. Aquatics Nation, you would not believe, I went on to, I think at that time, I was still pretty heavy in Facebook. I went on to Facebook, typed in Chris Smith. You would not believe the amount of profiles that came up with absolutely no profile picture. And his was one of them. After a couple of days, I found him, I was able to use those keywords and things like that, high school history, but this guy has one of the most common names in the world, and he doesn't even have a profile picture for his profile, for his personal brand, his name. And what I'm telling you as Aquatics Nation, a lot of you out there running these city programs, non-profit programs, running full-on aquatic facilities, you are Chris Smith with no profile picture. Think about that. No face, no case. If your brand and your aquatics agency is a brand, if your brand does not have a face, then you have no case to make as to why the community isn't involved the way you think they should be involved. You got no case. Because you got no face. They don't even recognize you. From the sea of other organizations and utilities and services out here that literally lack humanity. They lack an identity. And what I'm saying is, if you're gonna take another step forward, a big step forward, one of the biggest ones you can take is towards choosing a mascot for your facility, for your program, for your nonprofit, for your brand, primarily because mascots play a huge part in humanizing brands. Statistics have shown even that mascots are more effective than celebrity endorsers when it comes to connecting with the audience and also in terms of cost effectiveness. But more than that, how exactly is a mascot able to do this? Well, like I said, the mascot logo gives a face to your brand. It humanizes you. It allows you to create a story, right? And that's ultimately what people want. That's what brings people together. It's having a story. How are we gonna have a story about somebody they don't even got a name? You have to create a story. Think about the greatest brands in the world. We're talking about from that Duracell Bunny to the Pillsbury Doughboy to Tony the Tiger to Disney's Mickey Mouse. Mascots help create emotional connections. And what I'm telling you is that if you really want to be a change agent, if you really want to engage these underserved communities, even if your community is not underserved, if you really want to bring the best and provide the greatest resources and have the largest amount of buy-in, you're going to need something that represents that, something that people remember and stand by and are proud of. Okay? So that's it for today, Aquatics Nation. We're in, we're out. That is a value-packed episode. Trust me, that is a lot of value. If you take that and you apply this one thing, I promise you, your entire agency will turn around. It'll literally do a freaking 180, and you won't know what hits you, the amount of engagement that you start to get in recognition. So why don't you go out there and do this? Suit up, take the dive, and be that hero, because somebody's counting on you. Your brother Jamal Hill signing out. Have a great day, Aquatics Nation.